and it's so lovely to be here this afternoon for the social media switch off. So if you've not heard of the social media switch off before, this is mainly for business women who are looking to switch off from social media so you can gain back time. But also listen about different modalities that you can use to help you find that time and that extra energy, especially over the weekend or just during your working week. So today I have the amazing Brenda Dempsey. We've known each other for such a long time. And Brenda is a really great friend of mine. And we want to talk to you about, your book, Brilliance. And do you have a book within you? Now, many business women have a book within them. Many of you do. So do you have a story to tell? So I'm going to pass it across to Brenda, this amazing coach, author, publisher. What can I say? Fabulous woman.
Thank you very much, Trina. And it's a pleasure to be here talking to you and to all the people who follow you, and quite rightly so. And I'm really super excited because something very, very special is happening for me, and that's launching my new business, which is book Brilliance Publishing. And you're right, everybody's got a story in them. And you know that. You've been part of the journey with me when I wrote my books, Voices of Courage and Voices of Hope. And I'm sure you've got one that one was done last November, and that one was done the year before in the April. So, and you feature in them, and that's a great way, if maybe you're not ready to write your own book, being in an anthology is a great way of dipping your toe into the publishing world. You don't need to take any great responsibility. You just write your story, give it to the author of the anthology, and they'll do everything else, so you don't need to worry. So it was really a great experience, and that experience creates amazing relationships. So in those two books, there's over 60 women from all around the world, Africa, America, Australia, every continent. And the only continent we didn't touch was Antarctica, but never mind. And I know somebody who knows people in Antarctica, so maybe when I get round to doing Voices of Love, then they can be part of that. Or also maybe my Voices of Joy. So just so much going on.
And it's so beautiful as well. I can highly recommend, you being, anyone who's watching this today, taking a chance to be in a book, to be part of a book, or because it just. I remember you asking me, Brenda, and I was like, oh my god. And then I just thought, you know what? Just say yes. Just say yes. Your thing's ringing. Brenda's such a busy.
I tell you, this is live. It could only happen that somebody would want to phone me, and I don't know about anybody else out there just now with Messenger. It will ring for about 20 rings even when you hang up. Anybody else experience that phenomena on social media? Because if you are, can you tell me how on earth you stop it ringing?
I know, it's so true. It's so true. You always get these calls come through on Messenger, and they do ring for ages. And I've got mobile here because obviously I like to interact with people, and then obviously on the laptop as well.
So that must be a way of, maybe I need to sign out of Messenger or something. If anybody knows why Messenger rings for another 20 times after you hang up, I'd like to know what that's all about. Does that happen to you, Trina?
But this is what it is, being live, and this is what the social media switch off is all about. We have a bit of a chat. It's really relaxed. It's just really nice. We talk about different things to help you move forward. We talk about different things to help you in different ways. But it is live. Like the other week, my kids are kicking off.
The thing about it is, Trina, I always talk about being raw and real, and this is raw and real, and for me that's great because nothing's perfect in life. So We're not trying to do anything for perfection. We're just trying to share a voice, trying to give a message to other people so that they can step more into their own brilliance and shine. And that's what it's all about, you know. So like with book Brilliance, there's a little saying that I have. It's your brilliance. It's your book and it's your business. Because, as you know, you've known me for a few years now, I'm passionate about bringing out the brilliance in other people, getting them into the spotlight and shining and becoming financially independent. Yeah. Now, through the book world that I stepped into a number of years ago, and now I'm launching my own publishing company, which is different to other publishers out there because we include book coaching, we include business coaching, we include marketing, and we include PR. We include all of that, and we are still undercutting every other publisher out there by almost half. So there's a big markup for some publishers, let me tell you. But the thing is, why did I start that then? It was because, as a woman, having come from adversity, and we've all got that story, and you really need to get that story out there and share it, because there's other people who need to hear it, because it gives them permission to then find their own voice and start using it. So in terms of a lot of women, including myself, becoming financially independent seems to be a bit of an issue for women for some reason.
Absolutely.
And we know that all goes back to childhood, and it's all those limiting beliefs, it's all those blocks. And as you say, you work with women because those blocks come out in us physically.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do. So for me, the book is just the vehicle in which to open that door to that brilliance. Because before you even, you start writing, there's things that you need to consider. And most authors don't know that, and most people just think, I'll put some words in a page and I might put it on Amazon because they think Amazon's a book trade. Amazon's not. Amazon's a bookshop. That's what Amazon is. So, but Amazon does very well because it offers people an opportunity to get a printed book and out there. But there's more to writing a book. There's more to having your book published than being on Amazon.
Absolutely. There is more to writing a book. And I have to say this, it's very cathartic for one. You manage to get all your, how you feel, what you went through on paper. It's almost like a form of healing. And it is a form of healing, really, because you feel really relaxed. And when you're in that relaxed state, you are creating the chemicals that your body needs to help heal you. So you are, absolutely. And I completely and implicitly, agree with you that there is a difference when you are, when you're publishing a book and who to go to. I mean, we were chatting the other day because one thing that my clients do when they come to me is that I write everything that they say to me in a journal every single week, what they've gone through. And they've gone through some massive limiting beliefs worthy of a book. And that's why, I reached out to you to speak to people about, how to step forward and create, stop creating your story.
And, it's like there's lots of things, and I have lots of different techniques that help bring out. But the thing is, journaling's a great sort of step into it, as is blogging. Any form of writing that you can do that connects your soul coming through you onto paper is brilliant. Some people might not like writing in that way because there's more ways to get your book out there. So for example, I work with people, we record and someone else types it up, so you've got Rev, or you can use Google and you can just say what you want to say and get someone else to write it. So so it takes care of all sorts of diversity, sort of neurological diversity that way. So but writing is exactly cathartic, as you say. I say stories are a hit. They heal, they inspire, and they transform. First of all, yourself. Yeah. And because they create that inspiration and spark in you, and you change as a result. But so does the reader, so does the audience. And when you work with someone who knows that it's not just let's get your story out there. But if you're a woman in business, or you're thinking of starting a business, if you don't really know what to do, a book is an excellent vehicle for both, because as in business, you need to do work on your ideal client, you need to do vision, values, vision and mission, you need to do your business model, all of that. Well, the same applies to writing a book, and this is what people don't realise till they start talking to people like me. And because I am a businesswoman, because I am a coach, and because I've turned from being a woman in business to a businesswoman, and there's a significant difference in mindset, in intuitively within you, in that connection to your heart and soul. That makes a significant difference, because, as I said near the start, we're here to make a difference to people's lives and our own lives, and that means let's make some money so that we can live those lives, and we're not worrying, can I afford to buy my kid a birthday present, can I afford to send my mum something, can I, we're constantly, so like today, for example, just that one thing for me, so not long ago, I'd been going, oh, I've only got X amount of pounds and I've got X, Y, and Z, I can't do it. Okay, I can send £5. But it's today, I've gone out, bought what I wanted to buy, put it in a parcel, go to the post office, and I didn't even think, well, how much is it going to cost me? Because is that £7 or £8 to post that parcel? Oh no, I might need that to buy a dinner. So money is important, and you have to switch that mindset round to saying it is. Yes, you're wanting to help people, of course, but money also will give you freedom that other things will not give you. That freedom of just being relaxed and doing what you want to do because you want to put a smile on someone else's face, like send somebody a bunch of flowers. It's so important. So that's why money mindset is one of the first things that we work on as well, because you really need to break through all those limits and beliefs. And the thing is, it's easy because it's a choice.
Absolutely. You know what? And that is so true. There's, because obviously we've known each other for such a long time now. And I mean, if you're watching this right now, anyone, Brenda's touched on, starting journaling first, starting, even if you just even talk about what you want to write down. Brenda does an amazing service where, you talk out your story and she'll have it like literally typed up for you, which is amazing. But then we're also talking about money mindset. And money mindset is everything. And being, the one big thing, Brenda, especially being in Voices of Courage, Voices of Hope books, is the fact you've seen my money story through each book. And it's amazing how far then I've come from that book into whatever I write in the future. Because my money mindset now, and as you know, is a hell of a lot different compared to where it was, because there is this, we have this, and I feel that we have this need, but it's all about being calmer.
Yes.
And when you're calmer around the aspect of money, when I spoke to a few people, and possibly the same for you as well, when everything hit the fan, and we have those moments, oh my God, you have those moments, don't you? And then all of a sudden you realise you have that little voice, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Absolutely.
And everything's okay. Everything's okay.
It is, and that's the hardest thing is because the mind, we go into fight, flight, freeze mode, and money really drives us to all kinds of crazy things and crazy way of thinking.
Absolutely.
So it's like there's a lovely little exercise you can do if you're doing a workshop and things like that, where we resist and we resist and we push, but actually if you just let go and step back, you allow the space for it to come in. Whereas when you're pushing for it, you're going, oh, I need this, and you've closed down your energy. Here's the secret, everybody. The secret is money is only energy. So until you learn to vibrate it's at its frequency, and this is a huge part of my work, huge part, David Hawkins' map of consciousness. It's all about being in the state of joy. Let your child out, and if your child's injured, heal her, heal him. heal your inner child, let your child out, feel the joy, feel the love, give the love, receive the love, and be at peace with whatever it is. Wherever you are, the secret is to be at peace with that, because knowing nothing lasts forever and knowing it will change. It's just like COVID. Already we've seen changes since we went into lockdown in March, you know, and things are being relaxed. We won't be in these positions for forever. It's only temporary. Look at history. Look at all the other times, the Black Death and going back to the Spanish flu. Nothing lasts forever. Okay, it might be 2 years. Seems a long time. But when we've been around for billions of years, 2 years is nothing. It's like a blink, you know. Exactly. So, you know, it's important. And this is a great time to be writing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even the most perfect time to be writing. Because think about all the things that everyone's watching right now, what you are overcoming. What you are overcoming just to even get through these bits. And I spoke to a really great friend today on our walk, and it was like, we were just saying that, you know, there's many people out there at this moment in time, you know, oh, I can't wait for better days. But better days, if you live better days now, right in this moment, better days like talking to you, Brenda, better days like going outside, some bird flies past, better days being with kids, better days are here right now. Right in this exact moment, you'll realise, when you realise, oh, I've got a house, got 2 cars on the drive, maybe 3, or maybe you've got 1 car on the drive, or no cars, it doesn't matter. Maybe you've got an outdoor area, maybe you've got a beautiful oak tree, maybe you've got something, a bird flies past. The better day is here. You never have to be chasing happiness.
It's in the moment. Yeah. Happiness, you cannot chase. Happiness is within you. You have to feel into it, you know. And this is a great thing. We've seen amazing things come out of COVID, and people and their connection and appreciation and gratitude is the biggest thing. It up levels your energy in a heartbeat, in a blink of an eye, in an instant. The minute you give gratitude for something and see the abundance in the world, the abundance of the air that we can breathe, the abundance of the trees, we're in summer, they're in beautiful bloom, the abundance of the grass, even the tarmac, you will find abundance in everything. The cells that are within you, you have millions of cells. Be grateful for the cells that make you who you are. But I want to say this, this is really important to me. You know, so I'm a great believer in, I'm a big mindset person, coach person, live my life that way. I have mastered my mindset. Not 100% because nobody can, but you know, 80-20 rule there.
Yeah.
The thing is, so I've been in business for 4.5 years, and for 4 years, I was like every other majority of people on Facebook and social media and that who are trying to get into business. Yo, some clients, no clients, no clients, no clients, some clients, no clients, no clients. And you go on this journey of personal development, and you listen to people, and you engage in things, and you pay for things, you invest because you have to invest. Remember, money is everything. You need to give it out in order to receive it. So you do invest. You can't get everything for free. How can you expect people to pay you if you are not prepared to pay for something yourself?
Exactly.
So it's very important. But this is what I want to say about this. So earlier on this year, I just had a gut feeling that 2020 was going to be something special for me. Not that I thought I would be starting my own publishing company, absolutely not. But as a coach, it was going to mushroom. I had this huge feeling. And then I have a new granddaughter born in March. I go off to Dubai, cut short, like a 5-week holiday, not holiday, but 5 week with my daughter to 10 days, come back. And, you know, a month or 5 weeks later, there was lots of things happening and people talking to me. And I just sat at the end of April, around about 20th April, and I went, do you know what? I'm just going to start my own publishing company because people keep asking me to publish their books. And I thought, how can I publish a book if I'm not a publisher? Anyway, so cut a long story short, I want to tell you that it is possible to create from scratch, but I have know-how. I was in education, I ran schools, I know how to set things up. But something was different because I was connected with my passion, with my purpose, and I knew in my ease and grace that I can do this with my eyes closed. So in 5 weeks, this is week 6 actually, so in 6 weeks, I have started and created, have a team of 6 people working with me, and have created a 5-figure business inside. That was like just 4.5 weeks. Do you know when you put your mind to something and you find the right thing and it's aligned with who you are, your purpose, your passion, everything is possible. Everything is possible. I am now on a trajectory for a 6-figure business in just over a year.
Wow.
Who would have thought that 6 months ago?
That's divine.
It was barely earning £1,000 a month. Barely, if that, lucky.
And that's divine timing as well. And I also say this because there is a thing to have, you know, your foundations in place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you have to, you know, you have to make sure you've got your foundations in place before anything starts to take off. It's amazing because even in my own work, I'm still just putting those little bits of foundation together, and every time I put a foundation together, something happens. No, like something good happens, like someone else comes in. But it's about the foundations as well. Everything is about foundations. So if you're, you know, running a business and you find that you're, you know, certain aspects of your business aren't entirely there yet, it might be that you need that there needs to be a foundation in place.
Because you will absolutely not be able to grow without the fundamentals in place. Now, I sit in my chair. This is my operations manual. Everything that I create, so my structure, you know, all out like this, done actually like I am a business. So you need to seriously ask yourself a question. Are you a woman in business and playing at being in business and trying to be in business, or are you prepared to do what's necessary and change and become? You remember, you know, Michelle Obama, becoming. You have to become a certain person in order to do that. So in this journey in the last 5-6 weeks, I have learned the amount of things you need to have legally to talk to people, take their name and email and address and phone number. At a governmental level, I never knew that for 4 years. Nobody told me. I didn't even know I had to go looking. But it's amazing what happens. So therefore, it's really important to me that when people come and work with me, they know what they need to put in place so they can seriously build a business for growth. Because if you think of a high rise, you don't just build 4-6 foot deep you might do for a 2-story house. You've got to dig deep and wide in order to support. You put the steel rods in, you need your foundations. So it's the same with being an author, because that's why many authors have got books and they don't know what to do with them, because the passion of writing and getting the story out, yes, that's the beginning, but that's not what it takes to be an author with a business. Because your authorship or entrepreneurship is your story, it's your journey, it's your philosophy, what you're learning. How do you bring that learning into your business? How does it create that embodiment of who you are and knowing who you are, in order that you can do brilliant work and leave a legacy, so that when you're no longer here, things are still happening. Just look at, you know, Stephen Covey, you know, Napoleon Hill, all these amazing people, Anita Roddick, all these amazing people have got a legacy, and it's going on and on and on. The great Jim Rohn, you know. So are you building something that will help future generations?
And that's the beauty of having that social media switch off as well, because that social media switch off is enabling you to literally stop scrolling and come away from social media so you can focus on the things that are missing. Because it's, you know, it's important. It is really important, even in my own work as well. You know, I've been sitting over this last week and kind of just pinpointing the areas where there's holes so we can fill those holes in. And that takes coming off social media.
That's right. And let me tell you, let me share something as well about this switch off. So I'm not switching off as consciously the way in which you are advocating to women. So I do need to listen a wee bit more to Trina and take a leaf out your book, I suppose. But what does happen, and it's really quite funny how people view you, really is, because I'm now focused. I have lots of work that I've got to do that doesn't allow me to be on social media. I used to be on social media 24/7, you know. I still post, I still have things going, but I'm not there in the way that I once was. I have got people saying not so very nice things about me, like I don't care anymore and I'm getting too big for my boots. But no, I'm focusing on serving more people and giving them my best. So you see, so people's perception of you, they're not in your shoes, so always be empathetic. You don't know what someone else is going through. You don't know what else someone is focusing on. Just because they're not focusing on what you think they should focus on, because you're not getting whatever it is you are looking for, then, you know, it's just been quite an amazing eye-opener for me, because you know me, I'm such a massive giver, and I still am, but my focus is different. So therefore, it may appear that I don't care. In fact, I care more now, as you can hear in my voice, than ever.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you touched on that point, because, you know, it's the same. You know, even the more like I step away, you know, people assume that I don't care as much. No, it's because the time that I put then into myself is the time that I then can put back to other people.
That's right.
It's just, as you said, you know, you may not take as many social media breaks, but you actually are, Brenda.
I am. I'm not doing it the conscious way that you're talking about. I'm doing it subconsciously, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. When you become focused, you then direct your attention elsewhere, and you're serving in such a way. And sometimes, you know, there is an element of guilt that comes into when you're not there 24/7. There is always this element of guilt, and we have to remove the guilt. That's the thing. You have to remove the guilt.
I'm going to show something. This sits in my wall to remind me. This is the map of consciousness that you heard me talk about.
Beautiful.
Any emotion here
that below,
So let me tell you some of the emotions and think about your life or someone you know.
Absolutely.
Pride, anger, desire. Get that word out of your vocabulary. Fear, regret, anxiety, craving, blaming, feeling guilty, feeling shame.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're so low vibrational emotions that if you've got that going on while you're still trying to G yourself up, I'm going to share with you the secret to transformation, and that's find your courage. Courage is a vibrational level of 200, and when you can find your courage and you step into it and you use it, like in Voices of Courage, for people who had to find their voice, it took courage to tell those stories, because those stories are painful. Yeah. The adversity and the darkness, and they're real and they're raw. And for you to face them and say, no more, enough, that takes great courage.
Absolutely. And I completely agree, because that's where the scale is. And this is why I say you have to step away from the guilt of wanting to step away from certain things. Because when you start stepping away from certain things and focusing more on what you're trying to do, that's when you start to think, okay, boundaries come in. That's the word that I was looking. Boundaries start to come in, and you just go with like a different flow. Excuse my kids. It's like real life.
It's like the phone. It's like the beeper in the kitchen going off.
Beeper in the kitchen. You know what? At least the fire alarm's not going yet or anything like that. Oh my gosh.
Just let me finish when I say we've all got a choice, and you have to read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. He was a Nazi. He was a Jew in the Nazi concentration camps, and they stripped him naked. They did unbelievable things to him, but he had freedom because they could not steal his mind, because he chose not to give his mind over to them.
Yeah.
So life is a choice.
Yeah.
And, you know, this takes a lot of work to understand that. Because you think, well, I'm not choosing to not have a job. I'm not choosing. But this is about self-reflection.
Yeah.
So know that life is a choice. So I said to you, if I catch myself in this part of life, I choose to step back into joy, love, happiness, acceptance, letting go. So I choose to feel those and just let that go. And with practice, like everything, you get good at it. So I'm not saying I don't go there. So just now I've been having like a bit of a mindset thing because just something going on. It's nothing serious or anything, but it was just me being a bit sensitive and touchy. And then I thought, you know what, just let it go, Brenda. So I'm very good now at letting things go and choosing what I want to do. And that's why I created Voices of Joy this year, the living book, where people can tell their 3 to 5 minute stories of what brings them joy. And that's a free thing if any of your audience has a great story of joy that they would love to share and be part of the Voices of Joy, then I definitely would like to hear from them.
Yeah, because Voices of Joy is so beautiful and so powerful as well. And you just touched on it there, Brenda. I think, you're not the only one who's felt that kind of like dip this week. Even I did as well. And I was talking about this with my accountability partner. And the thing is, that's when, I switched off I chose to switch off that choice. And I chose that I was going to do something to actually bring myself, out of it. I was going to face it. That's great. I faced it. And then
face the fear.
Yeah, face the fear. And then you kind of, you look after yourself and you do it. You kind of bring yourself out of it. You let go. And then you shine. And that's when you shine, and you truly do shine. And you do, Brenda, you really do shine. It's so wonderful, always talking to you. And, if you're watching this today, Brenda's touched on, journaling, maybe even speaking into a microphone, having rev.com transcribe it for you. But Brenda does an amazing transcribing service, so you don't always feel like you have
blogging.
Blogging as well. Blogging. She also spoke about, that there is a difference between self-publishing and being, going through publishing.
Oh, yeah.
What Brenda does is absolutely amazing. She looks at your money mindset. She'll do business coaching with you. So she will coach you as you are writing this book as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, and I feel very blessed and privileged that I have been given this gift. And a lot of it has come from 25 years in education, because without the 3 S's of success, structure, systems, and strategy, you ain't going anywhere in any kind of business whatsoever, because nothing works. So if you think of the health service, you think of schools, big businesses, they've built the foundation. They've got their strong, steely structure, and then they can put beautiful strategies in place that's collaborative, that's leading from the heart, that cares about not only their clients, but it cares deeply about the people who work with you, who work for you. It's that team. So in the 6 weeks, as I said, I've got 6 members now on my board, and we meet every week, and every single decision that has been made in my business to date, every single decision has been collaborative. It's been everybody's voice, and everybody has their say, and from that, those minds, we create amazing genius, and we're just creating something wonderful like no other publisher out there, because we take care of coaching, we take care of your mindset, we take care of the journey, we hold your hand. What I am especially proud of is the aftercare service that we are going to be providing for our authors, and it's that hand holding on that journey so that they don't feel alone. If you go to a traditional publisher, you hand in your manuscript, you don't see it again, you barely get another call from them, and when you do get your your book, it's all been changed. I know many authors who've had traditional publishing. Now they don't do traditional publishing, even although they got paid quite handsomely, because they didn't like the fact that they had no control over their book. And that's what happens when you go to a traditional publisher. If that's okay with you, great. If you can get a deal, if you can get a literary agent, if, then good luck. Take it. But if you want to create a great, brilliant book that's got power, that's got longevity, then you need a partnership publisher. And that's where I come in. There are a few of us out there, but you get all the benefits and power of a traditional published book, but you get the hand-holding along the way. Self-publishing, you might pay for some services, but your book will not be recognised in the book trade. And that's a significant difference. Significant difference when the media are looking to interview you, wanting someone for TV and radio, because I've spoken to Radio 2 presenters, and they say when they've got someone they need to speak to, the first place they go is the author database, which you cannot be on if you're self-published. They go to the author database and they look for an area of expertise that they're going to be discussing, and they find an author.
That is a real eye-opener as well. So if you're watching this right now, if you are thinking of self-publishing, maybe think of going down. Say that again, sorry.
A wee chat with me, being really Scottish.
Yeah, exactly. Have a chat, with Brenda, and because this is definitely new to me as well, that when reporters are looking for people to speak to with the expertise, they are looking at an author list. And
they're not looking at. They don't go to Amazon and see who this week's bestseller is, because they know what Amazon is. Amazon is a glorified shop, and it's made a platform available for people to publish books. Now you need to know who you are and why you want your book published, and inform yourself before you make a decision. Because I cannot tell you the amount of people who self-publish and then they've got to go and find a publisher.
Wow.
The book doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, they might get bestseller, because that's an easy thing to achieve, actually. I won't tell you exactly how, but can do that with ease. It doesn't mean anything. Are you in it for the short game, or are you in it for the long game? Now, some people might have some poetry or a little story, and they just want to have a book. Go and self-publish. I would say if that's what you want, go and self-publish. But if you are in business, or you want to write children's books or any other kind of or fiction, and you want to seriously become a serious author, then you need to think.
Yeah. And it's good that we're having this conversation, because this is what, part of the social media switch off is all about, is having these real conversations about real things. If we're thinking about, doing these things, I know that I definitely want to write a book in the future, and I've got plans to write a few books as well, all based around the human body. But however, I also want to write, I actually want to write something about a town that I visited and just create a story off the back of it. And so I know that I'll be coming to see you, Brenda. So yeah.
Yes. There's a lot more to writing and publishing a book than you think, and it's only when you talk to people like myself, who truly understand what's involved, because I've been through the journey. Yeah. I'm writing my own book just now.
Wow. Yeah, and that's the thing, to see you go through the journey. I know that actually having someone to do the publishing is definitely the way to go, because when I've seen your journey through the different books that you've gone through, you will notice that there is a lot more to publishing a book than there is, than what we sometimes get told.
Well, it's not even much we get told. You know, we're great fiction. We've got great imaginations. It's just like myself. I didn't know what it took to write a book. And then when I found out, like, so I first went with an American company, it was self-publishing. They didn't tell me it was self-publishing.
Wow.
They still took quite a chunk of money out of me.
Wow.
You know, and that is a number of years ago. So just be careful, because there's lots of people out there saying they'll do this, that, and the next thing, and they're only going to help you publish a book on Amazon. But you can publish a book on Amazon for free.
Wow.
And
wow.
they will take,
that's a number I don't know as well. Almost like debunking the myths of like publishing.
That's, do you know what? I'll probably get shot down, but I don't care. You know me, Trina. I'm raw and real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I swore I would lift the lid on a lot of things around publishing, because
we have to debunk the myths on many things. You know me as well. We have to debunk the myths on many things.
Many people are spending thousands of pounds to self-publish.
Wow.
And that really hurts me, because I know my business, my company is undercutting everybody else by half at the moment, and I'm still making a profit. And I'm giving coaching, and I'm giving PR and marketing, and. Wow. So just be careful.
You have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Be really careful. So tell us about your book launch, because you've got an amazing...
Well, it's a business launch. It's not a book launch, it's a business launch.
This is amazing.
So the business launch is Monday. You can get your ticket on Eventbrite. So Book Brilliance Publishing launch, business launch. I think it might just say launch.
Click above. Click above.
Click above, click above, click above. Yeah, Trina's got the link. It's free, obviously. I want as many people there. It's going to be brilliant. Every day something more amazing happens. So yesterday I managed to secure an amazing woman who's going to MC the whole experience. We're going to speak to some of the top business people in the UK, and amazing authors who are on a journey, amazing associates and other amazing authors and business people who've been through the journey and who believe in what I'm doing. I believe in what they're doing, so therefore they become associates. So it's just a wonderful, it's going to be a wonderful night. So it's 8 o'clock. You get the link. It'll be Zoomed, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, come along and bring a wee glass of wine, or I don't know whether you drink or not. I think I'll be opening some champagne. And
Yay!
and yeah, it's just going to be an absolute. It'll be fun. There'll be lots of laughter. Just amazing people. So it'll be informative. It'll be entertaining. It'll just be something to get us out. And that was the most important thing I wanted to say, and I never said it. While other businesses are doing this, you have a look at yourself and get in touch with who you truly are, because my business is booming and I've not even got out the stalls yet. Not even get out the stalls yet. So everything and anything is possible when you believe in yourself. First and foremost, believe in yourself. Believe and know you can do it. And surround yourself with amazing, amazing people. I have been blessed with the team around me at the moment. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I completely and implicitly agree with you. No, we've touched on this a few times. It's all about finding the fun and the joy in all of it. And it doesn't matter if anything kind of goes kind of skew with a little bit. It's about finding the fun, like plot.
Absolutely. Life's short. You know what? Enjoy every single day. Enjoy every moment. Even when the challenges come, like when technology doesn't work fast enough.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Just got to smile. I've got an amazing IT lady, Nicola Holt, and she is just amazing. When we keep coming up against challenges with the website and different things, she says, it's already done, it's done. And 2 minutes later, sure, it's done. So it's that belief that it's done already.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, the way you get through these things is by having people.
Yeah,
And and you were completely right,
yeah.
having different people to help you makes a massive difference. If you're not the person to be sitting there all day uploading social media, get someone else to do it. Get someone else.
I'm sure I could talk all day, as you can tell.
Yeah, me too. We do need to go.
Just one more tip. I remember not that long ago, I thought, I looked at other coaches and entrepreneurs, I thought, and they kept talking about James. I thought, how do they find these amazing people? How do they find these amazing people? And I'm going, dear God, when am I going to get my amazing people? And yeah, and I knew lots of good people, but those people that's going to be team and are going to give their heart and soul to you. And I tell you, do you know how you get your team? You work on yourself. Because you believe in yourself and you've got conviction in what you're doing, it oozes from your pores. And oh my God, these people just come all over and they go, I can help you and I'll help you. And do you know what? These people come and they don't look for anything in return because they want to be in your energy, they want to be with you. But of course, there is returns, isn't there, in one way or another. Remember, everything's energy. So, there's lots of ways to get a team around you. Especially in the beginning, when you might not have a lot of money as you build a business, there's lots of different ways to exchange energy.
Absolutely. Like helping people, or, Brenda's here today. I'll do something back for Brenda. It's,
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. It's all about exchange. And, like you said about people, and I kind of just sat there and thought, I'm going to have some more people to interview. And I had someone message me going, there's a lady who wants to be interviewed. And she's absolutely amazing. And I was just like,
this is it. As I said, I've got clients. I am not even marketing yet or doing anything for clients, and they just keep coming. So I got another one this week. I've got another one starting in January. So I'm now filling my diary for January. I am fully booked. I can't wait to tell Lenka Latonska I am fully booked.
Yes. And you know what? One day, it'd be great to have Lenka on here as well.
I have an interview with Lenka. I'm interviewing her next week.
Wow.
Absolutely. Lenka was my first ever coach, and I'm giving a shout out to you, Lenka.
Yay!
And she kind of what it was. It wasn't so much what she did for me; it's what I saw in her. And this is why I've got goosebumps. Oh my God, I'm speaking my truth here so much. And this is what it is. When you want to work with someone, see in them who you want to be.
Yeah.
Find a good role model, do your homework, and it was her conviction and confidence in what she was doing that drew me to her. There was hundreds of coach vying for my, I could have gone with anybody. I nearly went with another coach, and I'm glad I didn't now. So really, if you're looking for a coach, make sure you resonate 100%. Make sure you're 100% genuine, because this week alone, I can't tell you the many stories that I hear constantly of people having coaches who shout at them, belittle them in front of people, and just want their money. So please be very, very careful who you choose for your coach.
Oh my gosh, that's another revelation. I think we've had quite a few revelations today.
Oh, you won't believe, people tell what it's like, Gina. You know what I'm like. People tell me everything. I get to their souls because my conversations are soul talk. I do my own interview series called Soul Talk, and we talk soul to soul. I don't talk to your mind. I don't talk to your body. I talk to your soul.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautifulest thing about having you on here and having this conversation with you, because these are like true revelations as well. It's almost like the thing is, it happens in many industries as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it even happens, just be careful.
Yeah, it even happens in the health industry as well.
I'm not shunning, or I'm not saying anything bad about the coaching industry per se. All I'm saying is just be careful. Some people can come across all sweetness and light and all sorts of stuff, but do your homework and make sure you can vouch for them from somebody like and trust.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. Implicitly agree with you on all of the topics.
Ask them what their values are. I'd be interested to know how many coaches know their values actually.
Well, the thing is, yeah,
what their values are, and if they don't resonate with you, you don't even. If they're not in line with your own values, then forget it.
And because otherwise you'll find out later on if it doesn't resonate with your values. And the thing is, when you know I'm, you know me, Brenda, I'm so hot on like knowing your values for anything that you are taking up, doing, action in, because otherwise
everything's got value and it's got different value.
Yeah.
So building a community will have slightly different value to maybe something else in your business or in your life, but you have this little core of values. So for me, no matter what I do in life, my number one value is always integrity.
Yeah. So
because I'm true to me, so when I'm sitting here at 11 o'clock at night or 7 in the morning or whatever time, I'm doing the best I can for me always. So do you know that little question, who are you when no one's looking? Well, I'm the person you see right now.
Yeah.
Ask my family, ask anybody. This is me, raw and real, giving it all, giving everything I can, and because my whole purpose is to make you believe in yourself and be the best you can be. All these B's, you know, Brenda, B, get it?
Exactly. And you know what? I love all the B's because it does come to brilliance and books.
Yes, brilliance.
So